Hello, everyone. So, welcome to SOS Stack of Stories. Yes, today will be an exciting session because we are inviting the author herself, Mrs. Bushra Bhushan, the writer of Spotty Butterfly. And I am equally excited. Welcome. Wow. So the people are joining, all my little wonders. Hello. Good job. I was thinking to do it on a weekend, but then I thought Monday will be better because half of my kids, the pathway school, of course, is not working. The kids are free, and 5 p.m. is exactly the right time when they want to listen to some nice stories. Hello, Miss. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm super excited to meet you and listen to the story once again, though I've already heard
Yes,
it from your
I'm
mouth.
excited
And
too.
my
Thank
kids were
you.
super excited that time. So I was just thinking that rather than me reading your story, how about you reading your story only,
So
right?
exciting for me to be doing that. Thank you.
Yeah. So first you introduce yourself, then I'll pour in my two very important questions to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. So this is Bushra Bhushan. My first introduction always is I'm a purebred Fauji kid. But otherwise, I'm a media person, I'm an entrepreneur, and a first-time author. And I will tell you, share about the journey of this book. So that is my brief intro. And I'm very excited to start with this story session.
Great. So the multitasking you, tell me what has inspired you to, create another thing alongside your media business. And I was just so curious to know. And I remember all of the kids, they were also equally curious when you were narrating the story in the class, right? So we wanted to know what exactly has inspired you to write.
So this is basically the inspiration came from the motherhood. You know, the whatever, however we introduce ourselves, the motherhood just overshadows everything. So this was just sitting in the park and watching my daughter. I have a 6-year-old playing with other kids, and how each of them was reacting to different situations, same situations in different way, and how they perceive and how they see life differently. And some things just struck me that at a tender age, if you imbibe certain things in them, this just stays with them. This defines their personality. And this is where the idea came from. That how at this tender age it is so important to tell them, starting with my your own home, my daughter, that how we look is decided by our genes, by the nature. But actually, what makes us, a good person or a beautiful person or a successful person is what you have, what you put in your hard work and actions into. So it's actually your actions, your words, and your hard work what makes you what you are, and not how you look. It's all in the mind. So this is where it was a playground moment that got the idea, and I
Superb.
decided to
So you
write this
got your
short.
inspiration. So you got your inspiration while watching your own daughter playing, and of course, inspired by your own mother, who's always encouraging you to do something different.
Of course, of course.
Yes. And I got the unique idea out of it that how important it is to accept yourself the way you are.
Way you are. And also, I realized, I don't know how my parents did it, but me and my sister look very different. She's tall, she has a fairer complexion, and she's more into science, whereas I was into arts and creative. It was never discussed. I don't remember a childhood moment where we are debating, why is she taller, or why is she more creative, why can't my sister write, or why am I not so good in physics. This was never a discussion also. So there is somewhere where they have really been successful, but so consciously they would have done it. So how as a parent, we need to do it.
So
So
taking one input right away from what you said, that the parents' role is also imperative in creating that
of course,
environment
yeah,
which
yeah, yeah,
will
yeah.
then further decide their actions and their thought process. So if the
Definitely.
parent will start comparing the children, then the children will of course take this as their main idea. But if the
Definitely.
parent will never discuss it, this particular feature and
They don't.
your personality traits as a comparison to your
Exactly.
growth, then of course it will never be on your table of judgment,
Of
right?
course, parents play a huge role for a child, which always is so, and especially the current scenario, you are the world to them. So, you are the first world, you are their world. So they will definitely get influenced by what you are creating around in your house. No doubt.
Fantastic.
It's toxic
All
there.
right. I am super excited now. This story, of course, because if you've seen my channel, SOS Stack of Stories, you must have seen that I'm picking only those stories which can give a kind of a takeaway to the child, which will add in their persona, in the way they think, and the way that will pave their growth, right? And the growth should go up with all the values in it and the right thought process. So that's why I chose you, because your book actually
Thank you.
inspired me too. So without any further ado, let's begin the story.
Let's start. Let's
Yes.
start the Spotty Butterfly. I hope I have
Yeah.
the attention of everybody now. So, the Spotty Butterfly. It's a short book, but with a very deep meaning. So, this is our Spotty Butterfly. Beautiful Spotty Butterfly in amidst nature. The Spotty Butterfly was feeling shy. Was feeling shy. That's a shy Spotty Butterfly. She thought that her spots are muddy. See the brown spots? And made her look very ugly. She's sad about it. She thinks her spots are muddy and she looks ugly. She wanted to fly high and hide in the sky. She saw her spots and she began to cry. So sad she is. But some birds flew by and said with a sigh, "Oh, what a colorful butterfly!" And that made her smile. She opened her eyes. She opened her eyes to see herself, and also her mind opened to, oh, somebody is calling her a beautiful butterfly. And she saw her spots were not alive. The spots were very much there, but it was just a flush of dye. It's just another color. The spotty butterfly felt beautiful and no more shy. It's a short story, but it's about a shy butterfly who was crying, who was sad with the spots on her body. Those spots didn't go away. And by the end of the book, she's feeling beautiful and she's not shy because she realized that the spots are very much there, but it's just another color. So it was in her mind that she was not beautiful. It was not in her body. We all have two eyes, a nose, lips, two ears, but we all look different. That is how nature has designed us. That's how genes have made us. But that is not what makes us the person we are, the people we are. It's our actions, our deeds, our heart, what makes us who we are. And this is what is so important to tell our little children. Don't judge yourself or your friends by the way you look. There is no credit or discredit to how you look and how others look. You have not done anything to look the way you are. So there's nothing to feel good or bad about. You need to feel good about your actions, your deeds, your words, how you are with yourself and with your peer group, your family. So it is in your mind and you can always feel beautiful, feel happy and full of energy. You are beautiful. You need to feel that way. That's all. And if the child is not feeling that way for some reason, it is duty of us parents to make them realize that they have a long life ahead, a long path ahead. It's their actions, their small gestures, which make them a beautiful soul. They will have a golden heart by the actions, not by how tall, short, fair, dark, long hair, dark hair. That is not what makes them who they are. You can always change dresses, chop your hair, grow them longer. But how you speak, how you smile, how you interact with others, that is what makes you who you are. So we all have to
So
believe in
true.
it as parents.
So true. So I totally agree to this point that your outer appearance will not make any difference in where, what, and how much are you contributing to the society, right? And the way you look has no right for you to feel little low, right? You should always smile, and with your
Always.
smile perhaps you can spread the beauty, you can spread the happiness within you, right? But I have one thing. When I was listening to your story to the second time, I realized that the spotty butterfly, when found that, oh no, I'm not looking good, these are some dirty spots on my body, and I just want to fly away somewhere and want to hide myself, I don't want people to see me, unless and until there was a child who called her, wow, what a beautiful butterfly. So we need somebody to make us realize, right? So here I think you're pointing out the role of adults,
Of
right?
adults, of the people you have around you.
Yes,
And yeah, so and apart, so there are lots of factors who can make you feel that. It's your parents, your friends, and because you grew up as an individual to believe in that, you can become that influence for somebody in long run. So it's in the
yes.
mind. So somebody as main, I think the buck stops at parents, especially in the current scenario. But obviously, parents, teachers, friends, family. At a very tender age, you have to tell them, because otherwise, I think, at a young age, children, they can get scarred. Things which never go out of your mind. So it's very important, because parents, teachers, and immediate family, your close friends are your world. So it's very important for them to create that environment around you.
So true. So to avoid a lifelong stain or strain in your mind, I
Mind.
think it's the role of the adults to spread the awareness so that
Exactly.
even the small child who's listening to somebody else's mother, or a teacher talking to somebody else, might take those takeaways and help the another child.
Exactly.
Right.
So true.
So the adult role, when the adults will understand the importance of not comparing the physical outlook of a child to the inner beauty, to the intelligence, to the abilities, to the capabilities of a person, of a child, then I think the young generation will then understand how important it is not to mock at our friends. So
Yes.
all these
Very
bully
important.
things, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
your hair is so messy. I mean, your dress is so dirty. Oh, I don't want to sit with you. So all these things will slowly and gradually make sense, and it's a cycle.
Yes.
It's a
It's a vicious
cycle of
cycle.
perceived
Yeah.
thoughts,
Perceived thoughts. True.
right? So true. And also, Mrs. Bhushan, I had this question in my mind while I was going through your book, that what do you think after reading the book? To the children, or to the parents, or maybe to the facilitators also. Facilitators, I mean teachers who facilitate the little learners, the little minds. What do you think, that is there any particular strategy in your mind that you would like to put across, so that the parents, the teachers, the facilitators should imbibe in their learning process to give that 100% contribution to the mindset?
Yes, they should definitely ask questions after the story, very subtle. That do you think the butterfly is beautiful? Yes or no? Why? Do you think it was, had the birds not told the butterfly that it's beautiful, would she have still felt beautiful? Why? Don't you think it's in your mind should be as powerful to feel beautiful instead of waiting for others to tell you? So with the connection of butterfly cross-questioning, understanding, did they see butterfly as beautiful or not? What was the role of the bird they thought? They need to understand what is that respective child, how is he or she thinking? And then maybe ask a little more personal questions.
Now,
What do you
here
think?
you, yes. So, here when you said, I was waiting for this response only from your side rather than me pointing it out, that when you said, is it necessary to wait for another person to tell you that you're beautiful? Or is it more important to listen to your own voice and shun off all those negative thoughts that are because of the external bully, external negative comments, external negative aura around you, right? So it is important to read this story, to narrate this story to our little minds, also to the parents, because imperatively to the parents also, because they are the ones till the age of 5. The mind is really tender. Whatever you will
Soaking in.
tell us, yes, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a teacher, whatever you will tell to the child, it will be a definite thought in their mind, and that to a base thought. Very important to mop that foundation thought with the clarity of what is right and what is wrong, what will go to a constructive development in a positive way, or what will harm that constructive development to process in a positive way, right? So after reading this book, I think the learning objective will be that the child should not wait for an adult to tell that person that I am not good enough for so and so thing. Second, for the parents to understand that it is important not to compare at all your child with any other child, not only because of the physical appearance, also because of the grades, because of the
Yeah, like I
sport.
told you, science and creative, right? My sister was a topper of maths and physics, but my parents always said, at the age of grade 10th and 11th, my articles were getting published. So it was always that was celebrated.
Yeah.
So, and also it is very important at this age to why to tell them that external factors should not, because this is the age where you can teach them, because you are tender even at the age of 17, 18 when you're going to college, and people are bullying you, or they are reacting in a certain way. It is at this tender age of 6, 7, 5 that you tell them that you are the person that you are with your actions and deeds, and don't wait for others to decide. Your mind is powerful. This can also be taught to them at this age, because you are as tender at the age of 16, 17, 18 when you're out in the world, when you don't have your parents around, when you're alone in college life, hostel life. And that is the time you realize you may be hearing all kinds of things, but that in my mind I'm good at this. So this power empowerment of mind has also to be given at this age, because you continue to be tender even when you're college, and also you need to be strong enough to flush out those things and be a strong person, that I know what I'm good at and I'll work hard towards it and I'll continue doing well in that, and these things don't bother me. I'm still a happy soul, so
And I
that is
think you
important.
will agree with me, that's the basic struggle these teenagers are facing right now.
Exactly.
And
The whole thing of body shaming, just
yes,
imagine, this is such a huge debate.
such a huge debate, and there are depressions, there are suicides, there are these laid back attitude, there is this lack of confidence, there is this choice of clothes I'm gonna wear. Oh no, I'm not, I'm gonna look fat in this
Yes,
kind of clothes, or I
absolutely.
should not wear this because I look fat, because the whole of the energy is channelized into how I'm
It's
looking.
towards this. Yeah, body
Yes,
shaming. I mean, the big celebrities have come out, with this, that body shaming was such a huge thing, issue they struggled with. So
yes.
it is really important that, we stop this at this age, so that they are not wasting the prime of their youth and childhood dealing with these issues, when that is the prime of life to be doing, exploring so much. This is the
So
last thing you should be bothered about.
so
Good
true.
health, fine, but not how you look and what you wear. And I mean, it's such a waste of childhood and youth, actually.
Waste of your energy, and you're not channelizing your energy into a right
In the
way.
right
So
way.
all
Yeah, what
these, when we
actually you
get
may be capable of achieving.
maybe a lot more
A
than
lot.
what you are concentrating on,
On.
and also taking it into an extension and moving it on to even the professional world. Now those
Of course.
children who have not been hit rightly at the right time with the right thought process are the ones who are suffering right now in their professional lives, be it
Yeah,
35 years
hugely.
old or 40 years old.
Whatever age, this is a lifelong struggle. People feel, you enter a social gathering, oh, she's looking better, oh, he talks better, oh, he's smarter. You're just bothered and boggled down with these things always.
Yeah. So I remember when I was into marketing and I met this lady from sales, and she was just pouring her heart out with me that, my sales are going down. I said, why? Is the market is low, or, are you not having much strength or productive team with you? She's saying, no, nothing like that. The team is really good and the market has a lot of potential right now, which we can, the target group we can easily catch. But to my surprise, what she shared with me is that, I'm getting old, and there are new girls in the market and they're much more presentable, and I think that that's the way they hit the market and they could take the business. Now my thought was completely contrary. You are old, that means you're more experienced, right? Now that
Yeah.
means that thought process was somebody there, was somewhere there in the subconscious mind already, that is suppressing the main beautiful enriching thought that I've spent my 20-30 years
The
in
huge
sales.
experience that you have. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I thought this book is so essential to be launched in the market and to be read to these tender minds at the age of 4 5, so that that thought process will not become the hurdle when they'll be climbing their success ladder.
Yeah, yeah. You go through this feeling multiple times, at different age brackets. Also, it's very important as parents. I just forgot about this point. As parents, to filter out content which encourages these, things about how you look. So, in our childhood, we have heard, even now around you hear the poem, "Rosy lips and
Yeah,
what
curly
is
hair, rosy lips. Yeah.
yeah, so you are defining how somebody looks, and
Yeah.
that is how you should look. That is the
Hmm.
perfect form of look. So you
Yeah.
really need to filter that kind of content. Reaching your child, the child will still be exposed to this. It is your job as parents. The buck stops with the parents, that how you are tutoring your children when something like this comes. You can always tell them, no, this is not. It's not necessary to have rosy cheeks.
Yeah, that's what. Now, these picture books, there are n number of stories. Like day before yesterday, I was reading one very enlightening thought on LinkedIn, wherein that person said that the prince was only able to finalize Cinderella as his princess when she could fit her
An issue,
foot into the
yeah.
shoe,
Those,
because
yeah,
he's not able to recognize her without makeup, without that pretty dress. I mean, this whole thing has created that picture in the mind of the
fine.
little learners that, okay, if I look presentable, I can't go in these torn clothes.
Yeah.
Though the innocence, the nature of Cinderella was highlighted in this book also, but way less than the appearance.
The appearance, exactly. So,
So we have to
and you will
understand
see,
the family.
especially the girls' books are flooded with this. The
Yes.
boys' books will have more of action themes, whereas with girls, it will always be that a pretty dress. It's
Yeah.
absolutely okay to have a pretty dress, but that cannot be the focus point. That is
Yes.
the thing.
That
That is not
cannot be
how
your defining
defines
point
you. That
also.
is not your defining point. You are not.
Yes.
You don't become a princess just by wearing a long dress.
Yes.
So
You are a
that is
princess if you are a risk taker. You can wear
yeah.
you can win your fears. You are
Fears.
a queen if you can go to all those places, achieve your own dreams, identify your strengths, make your own goals, and work hard to achieve it. Right?
I know. I always tell my daughter whenever she says I'm a princess, and I'm a queen. No, she says you are the princess and I'm the queen of the house. I tell her, queen is capable of doing everything independently. So
Yeah.
the moment you do everything independently, you don't need mama. So these are subtle ways of telling that you will become very powerful. You can wear a throne, but you can become a queen or a princess. You need to be independent. You need to do things yourself.
Yeah.
You need to find your book yourself. You need to organize your things yourself. basically that is what makes you as a person. So we have, so as parents, it's really, we have to find that fine balance. They will be still exposed to this kind of content. It's our job to keep tuning in and balance the the exposure and the real learning for them.
Fantastic, Mrs. Bushra. So we're going to end this session on this note, with a request and a note to all the parents that do not compare your little learners with other learners or with other children just on the basis of how they look: fat, thin, fair, dark, intelligent, not intelligent, can play badminton, cannot play badminton, can draw, cannot draw, might read, might not read, because every child has his or her strengths and they will work on it, right? So if you will sow this seed in our little wonder's mind, I am sure we're gonna have a beautiful future citizens which can innovatively enhance our developing country and reach to the developed level, right?
And happy children. And I will feel
And
happy, as an author, that even if some, even if we can reach some homes, that children just need to be happy people, just happy souls, and
so
not worry
true,
about these things.
so
Thank
true.
you so much, Stack of Stories. This was really, really fun, Ms. Ritika, and this is a great platform. I really enjoyed it, and it is so important to bring these stories, these little morals to parents, like us and our kids. And this was really wonderful. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you
So
so
our
much.
learn, yes, thank you so much. So the objective of SOS is only this: to reach to the masses and to spread awareness about all those hidden aspects of human life. And like you rightly said, we want happy humans foremost, without depression, without anxiety, without any worry about their looks, right? All right. Thank you, Mrs.
Thank
Bush.
you.
It was
Thank you
a
so
pleasure.
much. This was really nice. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.